Welcome back to Eden Zero Anime Review, episode number 36. This is known as Eden's 1. And I will be talking about that ship. Don't worry. This is episode adapts from the last two chapters of the Balagor arc, which chapters 99 and 100 in the first pages 2 to 13 of chapter 101, which is the start of the Eden's 1 arc. An arc that is 6 chapters. It's really short. This episode picks you like last time, where Shiki has landed his blow on Draken Joe and beats him. Yep, he defeats him within the first few minutes. Just basically battles over. Yeah, this episode is mostly put a conclusion, plus kind of set up for the very next arc of the series, which I'll get to that. So, with him beaten, he is pretty much taken to custody. Yep, and, well, then of course, basically like, okay, they finish up there, and of course, Whis gets back his mother's pendant, which apparently was taken from him 50 years prior to the end of the series. And apparently, Silver tried to return to the old man version of him, but he declined. But this one did accept it. We see in a flashback where everybody is back on board. We also see that Clean and John are on board. Well, Clean is there because she wants to get healed by Sister. And so she apparently wants him on board because she put in a cute outfit, which is so funny. And they're only seeing 2 scenes the whole episode. Yep. So they go back to Blue Garden. First in the season to do it. And they have a debriefing with Noah. Where he does explain to them that the whole thing being the guild master of the guild of Blue Garden. Oh, by the way, we get a cameo by this show's version of Levy from Fairy Tail, making her second ever cameo in the series. Yes, Levy Garden, a character who was in Fairy Tail, makes a cameo in this one, which is interesting. They basically brought her back for this one. Oh, by the way, just like last time in the last season, her cameo from the last season for the show was complete anime original. And also the scene where this is said with Clean, where you see her first, she's in bed. Yeah, that's complete anime original stuff. So Noah explains basically, like, he is actually head of an agency. Yes, known as the GIA, Galactic. I think it was like Galactic Intervention Agency. I think it is. Galactic Intelligence Agency. Yes. For the Sacred Cosmos. Yep. So basically, oh, by the way, well, before they arrive there, Rebecca asks him about Captain Connor. They have no idea who she's talking about. No, seriously, they have no idea. She has explained this discrepancy to Noah, and it turns out that their 3-day journey that was the Sun Jewel was actually 1 day. There was a bit discrepancy, and there's a minor alteration in the case of, and of course, no debris field. So, what accident befell Eden's 1 was averted. So, after talking to him, and of course, well, trying to reconcile with Lebo, who basically posted a stupid video on BCube. And then we briefly see Captain Connor, and we also see the anime debut of the ship Eden's 1, which becomes a plot device for a good portion of the series. If you're curious about Eden's 1 appearance, it looks exactly like, appearance-wise, is exactly like Eden 0, except I think it's a bit smaller than Eden 0, and of course Connor's the captain. But this episode is the show's debut for it. Meanwhile, though, they all decide basically now, in the case of, well, Whis, I think this was his first time he's been to Blue Garden. Amora, I think she has been there before. Yeah, so they agreed they want to go search for Mother now because basically they finished what they want to do there. So they found the 4 shining stars. So before they go searching for Mother on the outside of the Sacred Cosmos, they want to go back to Greenville, basically go back to the pilot episode of the series. Not for a reboot per se, By the way, not the only time basically they go back there. They actually go back there at the start of the most recent arc of the series. And they arrive in Greymill and think, oh, everybody's perfectly fine. Basically, the people who arrive there basically just, well, Happy, Pino, Whis, Hamura, Hermit's there too. Now, Sister and Witch decide to stay on board to check on stuff. And they look around and they see that, oh, all the robots are deactivated. By the way, I at least got to praise the fact that that the studio JC staff makes this one. They actually, pretty much in the way, if you remember, I think they must have remembered basically about what happened in the pilot episode of the series, where they all fell down basically after their power ran out. And of course, Shiki's living as Iris until Hermit looks up their log and he sees his best friend who he's not seen since the first episode of the series, Michael. So it turns out that it was not a virus. And apparently Ziggy knew about this. So apparently what happened is that their ether ran out. That's why they acted the way they wanted to get Shiki off the planet, because they did not want him to be alone. And because and apparently they mentioned they had no capability of building a spaceship, so they had to wait for someone to come by, and just by sheer coincidence, here's Rebecca. So yeah, they kind of in the way forced him on the planet because of this. And then not only after revealing this, and then we hear some stomping of someone coming toward them, and it's Ziggy, who is alive. And he's got green shrubbery on him. Yeah, the same from the manga. How the heck is he alive? Despite the fact be basically dying before the start of the series. You have to find out. But what a really good cliffhanger. I gotta praise JT Staff for that. That's a great place to end it. Yep. Oh, in case you're curious though, this season has got about 16 more episodes left to go before we conclude this particular season. How far do I think that the season will get to, you might ask? Well, I do think that the Eden's 1 arc, this one will not take very long to get through. No. Actually, I thought it ends with 106. Nope. Actually, it's 104. My mistake on that. This will end pretty quickly. Probably with next episode. Yeah, the next couple arcs are really short. The next that comes after Eden's 1 is Red Cave. This is roughly 7 chapters. And then we have the Forest arc, which is basically part of the second saga of the Io Cosmos saga. This is 22 chapters. Sandra arc is 5 chapters. Nero 66 is 31 chapters. Yeah, 31. X495, 11 chapters. Excuse me. The Lennard arc, which is the longest arc of the whole series. 40 chapters. In Zero, which is the current arc of the series. This actually has been going on since chapter 221. And if you're really curious, though, it's currently up to chapter 244, which I haven't read it yet. But yeah, so basically, I think 244 is the most recent chapter that's been released. Let me take a look at that. Let's see, what's the most recent chapter released? It's probably 242. So with this episode, we have about 100, and I think it's 43 chapters left to go. 42 chapters left to be adapted for the series. Now, how far do I think they'll get with it? Well, Eden's 1 and Red Cave, these we cover really quickly. I think they'll get as far as... Well, I'm kind of hoping to get to the Sandra arc. Yes. Do I think they'll get that far? It is possible, but who knows? But we'll find out and see when it comes to that. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for a particular view. Oh, by the way, before I end it here, Eden's 1 is the last of the first saga of the series. Yes, it's the final one. Eden's 1 is the final saga of the Sakura Cosmos. Yeah, this is the last one. It's really short. Only 5 chapters. So yeah, I'd say probably this will be wrapped up by episode 38. Yep, I do think so. 38 probably is when they wrap this up. Though they could start Red Cave at that point. It is possible. Yep, so yeah, that's a particular view. Next up, comic book history. Discussing a particular character who is not very well liked, who's now currently a villain. Okay, next video. Bye.